JoJo's Bizarre Adventures is iconic for many things, one of those things being that everything is a JoJo reference. You see this bookshelf behind me? It's a JoJo reference. You see that Naruto thing hanging up right there? That's a JoJo reference. See this book right here? JoJo reference. Today, we are not here to talk about JoJo references. We're here to talk about what JoJo references in its manga. Yeah, I know that shit was ass. But listen, this video is about all the references that JoJo's Bizarre Adventures makes randomly, because there's a lot. And honestly, on the JoJo wiki page, it's like a gold mine of them. If I wanted to, I could milk the series for maybe 10 parts. Hey, if y'all like this video enough, I might just do that. And let's start off with a layup being Josuke and who he's based off of. Josuke's appearance is based off of Prince. His emblem in his chest that reads 1999 is also likely a Prince reference to the song 1999. I'm pretty sure almost everyone knows that, and if you didn't, that's a fun fact. It's also believed that they'll also somehow incorporate it into Diamond is Unbreakable taking place in 1999, even though I don't personally completely believe that. I believe Araki was just gonna make it around that time space either way. Speaking of Diamond is Unbreakable though, did you know, another layup, Kira references Joe Montana after, I forget who he bombed. He bombed somebody. I'm pretty sure it's after Okuyasu fake died, and then he came back later. But this is before he came back later, and Kira was just gloating his ass off, which, fair. Another one from Diamond is Unbreakable, which I find kind of funny, and you probably will too if you know anything about Ronald Reagan, is that in chapter 292, Koichi compares the possibility of Hazamada ambushing Jotaro to John Hinckley Jr. slipping through security and shooting Ronald Reagan. And if you don't know who Ronald Reagan is, I really think you didn't pay attention in high school history class. But John Hinckley Jr. was the person who wounded Ronald Reagan, a police officer, Secret Service agent named Tim McCarthy, and White House Press Secretary James Brady, where James Brady was unfortunately left disabled and died 33 years later because of his injuries. But the ironic thing is, John Hinckley Jr. is still alive today at the age of 70 years old, and he was granted release in 2022. And another ironic thing is John Hinckley Jr. made a YouTube video talking about how he wished for the world to be more peaceful following the attempted assassination of President Donald Trump. It's believed Jolene Cujo's name is a likely reference to the song Jolene by Dolly Parton. Notably, during her fight against Gus, Jolene's name is repeated several times in a similar fashion to the song. Do I fully believe that? Because I am reading that off the wiki. He may have said it in interviews, he may not. You can let me know that in the comments. The original title of Stone Ocean Chapter 60 was named Fight Club, which is an obvious reference to the book and movie of the same title. Which, if you haven't seen Fight Club, I personally think is a pretty good movie. I just think some of his fans are kind of Naranja's backstory is nearly identical to that of the character Tom Hagen in The Godfather. In the JoJo lands, Charming Man, he mentions his favorite artists are Sia, her, and SZA, which is very interesting because me and Charming Man, we low-key on the same wavelength. They not my favorite artists, but I fuck with all of them heavy. And Charming Man's stan plus name, his stan being Big Mouth Strikes Again, are both Double Smiths references. Now, usually I wouldn't bring up a music reference, but come on. Double Smiths reference, I have to include this. In chapter 99 of JoJolion, real life women were depicted like Aretha Franklin, Cleopatra, and Joan of Arc, which, if I'm being honest, chapter 99 might be one of my favorite chapters in JoJo's period. Learning about the rock humans was so interesting to me because they were literally described as humanity's, or the universe's just backup plan in case humans just never worked out. You know what I mean? In chapter 139, Rubber Soul mentions that Dio was willing to give him $100 million for killing Jotaro, claiming that he's worth more money than Mike Tyson. This reference was left out of the anime though. That's why no one ever talks about it or hears about it. But I'm pretty sure the Weird Al one is still in the anime, which is weird. It is believed that Smokey Brown is named after the musicians Smokey Robinson and James Brown. Now, that's believable because Araki, he's known to like just combine famous last names. Like, look at Dio Brando, lifted from Marlon Brando. To end it off in the JoJo lands, in chapter 23, the narration compares the Howler's family chest to that of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed hearing random references, please let me know. Leave it down in the comments. Do whatever you gotta do. But we're on the road to 5K, and until next time, peace.